personal growth today is not about becoming more. And I keep on telling this, that I have stopped making to-do lists. I make a to-be list. What should I be? Being more authentic. No, that is what I'm becoming. To be more honest, to be kind, to be compassionate. That is the list that is there for my personal growth. It's about unlearning. It's about letting go. Aligning with who I actually am. And I'm not these labels. No, my name is a label. My roles are my labels. So I am not anymore a label. I am what I am. Alive. That is personal growth. How I am becoming a 2.0 version of what I was before. And I keep on transforming myself. So that is growth. And inner peace, of course, is not absence of any chaos, that you have to sit down on a mountain and be very peaceful. That will be peaceful in which ways. But inner peace is when, in spite of the noises around you, you are still centered. You're centered to your own self. It's like coming back to my own self. No? That inner core, you get anchored there, and that is inner peace. So it is happening with whatever is happening outside. You don't have to go out to a center to become all of that. Wherever you are, in whichever position you are able to be anchored. And breath is the best anchor, which I also teach in my classes. So that is where you can get strength, and that is the inner peace I talk about. The biggest challenge comes from within, nothing from outside. It is about your own self-doubt, because you have been in a role which is very familiar, and then you have to step out of that role, being a homemaker for the longest of the times, and then you have to step out to become a change maker. It takes a lot of grit, and then to feel that, oh, am I enough to take on this, or am I actually ready for all of this? And then comes fear. No, fear of being judged by people around, that, oh, what is it that she's doing? And especially when you have crossed certain age, people may feel that, okay, why does she want to venture out into all of this now? So I overcame all of this by actually practicing what I preach, and that is pause. So I paused with the fear. I did not just shun it or just wanted to get away from it, but I just paused with this fear, and then move forward any which ways. No, keep going, never give up, whatever it may be. So growth for me was choosing comfort, no, courage. Choosing courage over comfort. And not once, but again and again and again. And that is how I'm here. Commitment comes through connection. So I say connected first, and that gives me the commitment. I get connected with my own self, my inner self, and that gives me the commitment. My practice of pausing, reflecting, and being grounded keeps me aligned. And every time I witness transformation, I witness people emerging stronger, I hear a story that fuels me actually. That is the fuel that keeps me going. And hope is, of course, very contagious. And because of this hope, I feel that people get healed. And that is the ripple effect which goes on. And that is how I keep going also. The journey has been beautiful, and I started off being a podcaster with my first series of podcasts called Pause Talk. And as I went on week after week, I understood that there are so many women who had actually been suffering, you can say suffering because of lack of identity. And once they rose above all of this, they were able to understand their inner self. And during these conversations, when I was able to hear that these conversations are actually helping them to bring out that inner self, to heal actually the inner self. So that moment was miraculous, was really wonderful. And I thought, okay, this is the purpose. This is what I am today. This is what cause is all about. This is what actually will help me to take this forward, and this became my purpose. So what inspired me from becoming a homemaker to a change maker was not one day affair. As a homemaker and caregiver, I was always giving. And then one day I realized that I was getting disconnected from my own self. The inner void, actually, there was a vacuum inside which pushed me to pause, reflect, and rediscover who I actually was. And mindfulness and breath work, all of these helped me to come above the roles and responsibilities that I was handling at that time. This pause helped me to bring out my inner self, bring out my true identity as who I am. And because of that, I realized that if I could come out of this void, out of this inner vacuum, I could help so many others. And that is when Inner Peace Academy came into being.